I'm pre-buying stuff for when I'm 82 years old. So this is something that I've wanted in my collection for quite a while. No reason specifically. Pretty much, I remember when I was really getting into the idea of just buying stuff for my game collection and whatnot. Just having a cool game room. I specifically imagined something like having just a nice shelf of handheld stuff. Just having just like a very nice tidy shelf of handheld stuff. And I just thought like, okay, well, like what are the best options for specific consoles? Like I had the 3DS at the time. This was like January, February 2013. I specifically remember this. This is when I was just like, kind of just thinking of just wanting to start a collection, pretty much. And I had the 3DS at the time and whatnot, but I thought like, oh man, like I knew that the DSi XL was really nice for playing DS games because the 3DS it was fine like for playing DS games. You could play DS games on it, but they just looked much better on a DSi XL or just a DS system in general, other than the original 3DS. I thought like, okay, a DSi XL would be really nice to own. And I remember specifically I bookmarked the Midnight Blue one. I believe this is the Midnight Blue one specifically. Let me see if this has like any yep, there it is. Midnight Blue. It is the Midnight Blue DSi XL. And I got this one new. It's brand new. It's sealed. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was worried for a second that this did not have like a just like actual like way to open it, because another system that I bought recently, I've been buying new systems. It's a horrible idea. Don't do it. I've been wasting so much money. But the system that I got recently was this. It's the Mario DS Lite. I need to wipe some smudges off of it. It was brand new, but I was filming with this one. But it's very nice. This is like my favorite color. Is just this type of red, and you have the Mario branding on the top, and it's a very sleek, nice DS handheld, and it came in this really cool box and whatnot. But the problem is, I didn't see like any way to open it other than basically just ripping off part of it. In retrospect, I should have done like, I don't know. Oh man, I was gonna be so pissed off if I brought this over and I just realized like, oh, there's a flap down here and I ruined the top. But don't you worry, because I messed up and I accidentally ordered two. So I do have a new one in the box, in addition to a slightly new one that was new a couple of days ago. But yeah, I messed up. That's why, again, I say, don't buy new systems. It's a bad idea. But thankfully, this actually has a method of opening this. Speaking of new systems, what else do I have? I have this one right here. The Mario 25th Anniversary Edition. Just some behind the scenes stuff. I'm working on a Scott the Woz episode about Nintendo DS accessories at this time. So I'm kind of using this as a way to open this up and use this DSi XL for filming in that episode. So then, this one I could maybe use as well. I bought a couple of DS systems new in the box because I found them for good deals. But this one, similar to the DS Lite, I'm not seeing any like easy ways of entrance, which is really unfortunate because like this is like a box that I want. Like, this is a good looking box. At least with this one, it's just held together with these little stickers. So it's just like, as long as I just cut those open, that's all that matters. But like I was saying, in 2013, that was when I was like starting to really want to collect stuff, and I did this thing where I had this list of bookmarks. In web browsers you can add pages as bookmarks, and you can create like a folder for them. And I had like this, I would pretty much bookmark all these DS games and 3DS games that I wanted as a part of my collection, and I bookmarked their Amazon pages. And the first one that I did in terms of the system that I wanted was a Midnight Blue DSi XL. I thought this was like the nicest looking color of DSi XL. Most of the DSi XL colors weren't that great. They were like burgundy and bronze and just pretty much any other color that somebody over the age of 90 just loves. But this one, I believe they released this color, I believe around the time that they did the 3DS XL. I remember when they did the 3DS XL, I think they put out colors that matched the 3DS XL. So blue, and they had a blue 3DS XL, and then they might have had a red DSi XL to come out to match the 3DS XL, which is just that's a horrible idea. It's like people were already confusing the DS and 3DS, so it's like, hey, the 3DS XL is coming out with, you know, 2 new colors, blue and red. Well, let's release DSi XLs that are those exact colors. But it made sense because the DSi XL, I believe, came out in like 2010. It might have been 2009 or man, I'm trying to think specifically, because I believe in late 2008 the DSi came out in Japan, and then in early 2009 it came out in North America. So I believe actually in like March of like springtime of 2010, the DSi XL came out, or holiday season 2009. Maybe. Let me see if there's any wacky little copyright years. Yeah, this says 2010, and I believe this color came out in 2012. So I believe this one came out in 2010. So it was about 2 years after this model of the DS came out that they came out with colors. And it just so happened that in 2012, they had the 3DS XL. So the DS lived on for quite a lot longer than I think a lot of people really remember. There was a couple of other games that came out, like, you know, specifically Pokemon games. You had like Pokemon Black and White that came out in March of 2011, which was the same month as the 3DS. And then later in 2011, you had like Kirby Mass Attack. You had another Professor Layton game. And then in 2012, there was Pokemon Black and White 2. There was Pokemon Conquest. There was, you know, the DS was still getting quite a bit of support. But by 2013, it was pretty much all 3DS. Pretty much everything shifted over there. But if you wanted to play DS games, this is one of your best options. Like, the screens were very nice, very good screens. Playing DS games on the 3DS, they were a little blurry. They didn't look, you know, they were fine. You could definitely get by with them, but it wasn't as nice as playing them on an actual DS system, or specifically the DSi XL. Which the only DSi XL I ever owned was this one. And this one was bought specifically for the DS episode of Scott the Woz. And I bought this used, and it didn't come with the stylus. But, yes, this is very nice. It's a very nice nice size. Just the screen just still feels massive. That just looks unnatural. But, yeah, I mainly want that pen. I want to see what that pen's all about. DSi XLs came with a fountain pen. But what's also really cool is that it comes with 3 DSiWare titles that are pre-installed. You have Brain Age, Express, Math, and Arts and Letters, and then Photo Clock. So that's pretty fun. I'm not sure. Maybe Flipnote Studio will be pre-installed, because that's another one that was kind of like an interesting, just like, I think as in like, it was pre-installed on a couple of DSi systems. But this might be like the only ones that are pre-installed. But Flipnote Studio was free, and I believe these were not. These were like, you know, like a couple bucks each. So, you know, these kind of there's an incentive to say, hey, these are included. But Flipnote Studio might be included, which would be really cool. But just looking on the back here, let's see. The DSi XL is a high-powered handheld video game system with an extra-large, wide viewing angle screen and a full-size, easy-to-hold stylus. Yeah, so this was kind of like one of the big selling points, was just the fact that it's like, this is a handheld that everybody can look at. Like you're just, you know, you can play it right here, and just just holding it like this, everybody can no matter at what angle they're at, everybody can see the screen, even though like at an angle like this, it's a little harder to see. So that was kind of something that they wanted to kind of push. I still very much hold the idea that this was for the elderly. This is for older people, because it's like the DSi XL always felt like one of those big novelty TV remotes with the big buttons for grandma. That's what that felt like. But in reality, I think a lot of people realize, like, wow, this is actually the best way to play a lot of DS games, because like just having just like a bigger thing to hold is kind of like like you're a true video game player if you like your controllers or handheld systems larger. But I like that they specifically say that it's 93% larger screens than the DS Lite, and I'm sure they said that because I believe the DSi had like a very slight edge on the DS Lite. Like the DSi had like 1% bigger screens. So instead of saying it has 92% larger screens than the DSi, they were like, oh no, DSi, it's 93% bigger. But yeah, the DSi XL, outside of having that fountain pen and being bigger, it was pretty much the exact same thing as the DSi. There really wasn't much else different. The DSi was super cool when it came out for me. Just having cameras and all these cool abilities on the DS. I love the idea of bringing a console on the go, and the DSi had so much of like that Wii style injected into it that it just felt so cool. And just the fact that it had 2 cameras and you can mess around with stuff on the go. When my family got like a Windows Vista PC, which we upgraded from like a Gateway Windows 98 computer, it was just cool to be able to like mess around in Windows Movie Maker and stuff. It didn't even matter if like I had any like immediate plans to do anything with the movies that I made with Windows Movie Maker. Just being able to add those random effects and stuff, it was a fun waste of time. And taking photos and playing around with sounds and stuff on the DSi XL, or just the DSi in general, it was super cool, and I have so many fond memories of this. And this was like one of my first experiences with Wi-Fi, because when I heard Flipnote Studio was coming out, I was like, I really wanted to do animation when I was a kid, and just the fact that like I could do animations. You could technically do animations with PictoChat by just like drawing, and then you can just flip through it. Like you can hold one of the shoulder buttons and it'll just scroll through all your messages really quickly, and you can kind of make it look like a flip book. And I love doing that. And Flipnote Studio took it and ran with it, and it was like legitimately pretty cool, like animation, software for kids. It wasn't like or just amateurs, whatever. Just people who like the idea of just animating, but they didn't want to like learn Flash or anything like that. It was really cool for that. But we didn't have Wi-Fi at the time, and my parents didn't know what Wi-Fi was, and I honestly didn't really know it that well either. So I was pretty much in my front yard, just holding up the DSi, trying to get a signal somewhere. And I eventually found like one of my neighbor's Wi-Fi signals, and I downloaded Flipnote Studio in my front yard through somebody else's Wi-Fi. And that was honestly a magical moment. But without further ado, I definitely do want to check out the DSi XL. Thankfully, like I said, we have the ability to not ruin the box. Yes! So this quick start guide is pretty much the same as a regular DSi one. There's just a lot of cool stuff. I remember this Nintendo Power advert very well. It's great. And then ooh, so a little DS thing right there, and then yeah, just a little online brochure, pretty much showing DSiWare stuff. Yep, there's Flipnote Studio. Draw it, flip it, share it. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Miniland Mayhem, or Mini's March Again, that's what it is. Miniland Mayhem was the retail game that came out later on. And then there's the Club Nintendo code, and the big, the big boy right here, the big operations manual. What a shame we can't fucking kill a tree like this anymore, right? I love that they pretty much have instruction manuals for the included software. So the Brain Age games, pretty much, they have just have like some short instructions on those, and then some quick start guides and whatnot. It's always a hoot. Here we go. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa! What is this? Why is it green? All right, so yeah, so this one was like slightly, just like this little pack would have been a little I don't know, just like it looked a little like used potentially. Let me see. Oh no. What went on here? I thought it was new. Yeah, this ain't new. Damn you, Debbie! I mean, we have stuff like, you know, Flipnote Studio, web browser, Brain Age, PhotoClock. This little DSi plus the internet video app. This is very disappointing. This is green. I mean, like, it's fine. It does the job, but it's like, like it's just kind of like, where's the blue one? What a crock. It feels so good though.